Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United, here to talk about this absolute mess of a club today once again. How are we all doing, guys? Thank you very much for joining us. How are you all doing, guys? Yes, Berber's in it. Hola, James T, Mark Nurse, Vutinator, Steakbait, Cass Vandermeer, Mark Coughlin, Kingslayer, Marco, Red Mac, how you doing there, my friend? Duncan Belitho, Nick Pendragon, I hope you're doing well. Good day, my friend. Mark Nurse and Mark Harris, and the Hoff, and Jay Linners, and Scoojo One, and Vutinator, and Big Red. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us for the show. Please do us a favour at the start of this one and smash the shit out of the like button. Give it a big thumbs up. Share it around on the socials and all that jazz. I've pinned the tweet to the top of the live chat if you want to do us a favour and help us out by retweeting it. Get yourself in there raw in the live chat as well, like Michael Price and Malps and Fabio and Nikolai Lindquist and Jack, Sir David Moyes, Elliot Manduna, Sleepster, Berber, James Whedon, Steakbake, Ali, Rob, Ryan, Susan, Dizzy, Bilal, and everybody else too. So have your say throughout the show, guys. We do get in and out of the chat, and of course at the end of the show we'll have a big Q&A as well, so stick around for that. But yeah, as I say at the start of this one, twat that like, get yourself subscribed if you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe, and just have your say throughout, because we always do get in and out the chat. Right, let's get into it, folks. So Manchester United in a dreary spell at the moment. Still can't convince Frankie de Jong to come, it seems, or certainly can't convince Barcelona to want to get the deal done with him so they can actually sell him to us. We're still in the process of signing Rabiot. That's not looking like there's going to be too many issues there with Rabiot. We'll probably get him. But he's just a Poundland Juve reject, guys. So, you know, let's face it, not overly enamoured by him. He is a good player, though. He's better than McTominay. So, you know, but the situation at the club is dire. We need recruitments. We need signings. Ragnick was right. We need 10 new signings. We've got 3 of them, but we need another 7. Basically, is how I look at it, folks. You look at all the positions in the team where we've got inadequacies, and it's rife. There's loads of positions in that team we could do with strengthening if we actually want to have a team capable of challenging. We're not going to sign 7 more players, guys. We'll probably doubtful sign 3 more players, but we absolutely should sign 3 or 4 more players, good players, big signings in order to do the business for us. I'm talking Jong, I'm talking Rabiot, I'm talking Antony, I'm talking Dumfries, I'm talking Gakpo. I'm talking all these guys that we've been talking about that we could get in, and we just need investment from these shithouse Glazers. Clearly, the club is not where it should be with the lack of quality in the side. You can see that from the fact we got drubbed up against Brighton and Brentford, my friends. Hey, Matty Gwinnett, what's going on? How you doing? Thank you very much for the super chat. Let's get a sue in the chat there for Matty Gwinnett. Thank you so much, pal. He says, let's hope Rabiot is a wild card and becomes fire. I hope so too. I mean, like we said, technically, he is much better than a lot of what we've got in the midfield there. You look at the likes of Fred, the likes of McTominay. These guys can't pass it around. At least Adrian Rabiot's comfortable on the ball, can pass it around, can distribute it, can get us going. That's the idea anyway, because we failed to do that in the first opening 2 games in the Premier League campaign. We failed to do it all last season, to have any sort of control in the midfield, getting outplayed and outpossessed by relegation fodder candidate teams. So, you know, we've definitely got to improve, and we've got to hope that Rabiot is good. We've got to hope that, you know, who else we bring in is going to have a positive effect as well, because there's no guarantees that these signings are going to hit their ground running. Just on Lisandro Martinez, I think he will be a good player for us, but maybe he's been found out a little bit in the first couple of games in the fact that he is quite short, and that the Premier League is a very big physical league, especially with sort of more conventional number 9s coming back into fashion a little bit this summer, it seems. Some big lads up there, and I think it's going to be difficult for him at times. So maybe his best position would be to play in the CDM role. I don't know. I mean, let's just ask the live chat in regards to Lisandro Martinez. Where do you think he will work best for us, centre-back or CDM? I don't want Maguire playing in our team, but certainly Varane in the centre-back position. I don't know. Bailly, and then Lisandro Martinez in front. Maybe that could be okay. Certainly better than the current crop of shite that we've got right now. So let's have a look though. Centre-back says Kingslayer. Elliot says CDM. Mount says CDM. Michelle Ellis says CDM. Duncan says centre-back. He's a centre-back, says Mark Ness. He is a centre-back. You're absolutely right. He is a centre-back. Yeah, if you look at the majority of the games that he's played throughout his career, he has played most of them at centre-back. But under Ten Hag, he has played a handful of games, I think like 20 or something, at CDM previously. So he's got some adeptness playing there. All I'm saying is in the Premier League, it is a big, rough and ready physical league, and for those set pieces, those corners, those crosses, it does help if you're a bit of a unit in the centre-back position, you know. So it doesn't. We'll see. I'm not writing him off just yet. He's only just had 2 games. The team's performed gash in front of him. Talk about that midfield failing to protect the back line as well throughout both of those games. So yeah, definitely if the team was better, if the midfield was significantly better, if they protected the back line a bit more, maybe Lisandro Martinez can be fine there. But you know what? First couple of games, he looked okay in that first game, and in that second game, he got done in the air and stuff quite a lot, guys, because he's small. That's the reality. You can't get away from the physical characteristics of the man. But he's obviously clearly a very talented player with lots of skill, especially for a defensive player, and lots of vision and ability to pass the ball around, and he's tenacious. But is that enough when you're 5'7" or 5'9" or whatever this guy is? He's not the biggest. Anyway, we're not going to dwell on Lisandro Martinez. This is not his fault we lost that game. Of course it's not. Slabby Maguire, the awful captain, the awful midfield performance from the lads, the everything was awful. But anyway, let's get into the transfer news, guys. Thank you all for being here. Do Kung Fu Canton on that like button at the start of this show and get yourself in there with your thoughts. But so look at this, guys. So, you know how shite some of our players have been recently, but still getting selected. I mean, Scotty McTominay has been absolutely dreary for seasons upon seasons now, and no different under Eric Ten Hag so far. Yet he brought him on in the second half, in the last game. He started him in the first game. Don't really understand this obsession with Scott McTominay. And the reason I've put a poll in the top of the live chat, guys. Do have a vote on the poll. The vote is, who should United sell most out of either Scott McTominay or Jimmy Garner? I'll ask the live chat real quick now, guys. Who do you think we should sell more so? Scott McTominay, who's been proven to be guff season after season, is just developing into an absolute bang average Gash Merchant Championship fodder standard player? Or Jimmy Garner, who's barely been given any opportunities at all, is a young lad still, has shown glimpses of qualities in the tiny amounts of minutes we've seen on the pitch, actually maybe has a bit of potential that could be unlocked. Every player develops at a different age. Some players start to really fire when they're 17, others when they're 19, others when they're 21, others when they're 23. You know, we haven't seen the best of Jimmy Garner yet. How are we judging Jimmy Garner based on what they've seen in training and the youth games and things like this? Whenever I see him, he looks decent, and he's a young lad. Scott McTominay, on the other hand, whenever I see him, he looks shite, and he's a seasoned player, you know, who's in his senior years, supposedly in his prime. So it doesn't even come close to me, guys. We should be getting rid of Scott McTominay and giving Garner an opportunity, if anything. But the reason I'm talking about this is that there's lots of reports coming out. This is Simon Stone from the BBC reporting that Man United are willing to let James Garner leave the club on a permanent basis. So not even a loan, but there's reports that United are floating him around at the moment to try and sell the guy. And Samuel Luckhurst reporting that Man United decided last week to sell James Garner. They value him between 15 and 20 million. Forest and Spurs are interested. Spurs are interested. Forest are interested. These are Premier League standards teams interested in a young player. What is the matter with this football club? Why are we such a bunch of bloody idiots? We're keeping guff merchants like Scott McTominay on decent money, and he's absolutely crap. And we're not giving opportunities to a player like this, perhaps, who could maybe, just maybe in the future, if he's actually given some opportunities, flourish into a decent player. I'd much rather take a chance on just blind potential than stick with proven guff, to be honest with you guys. So, you know, this is once again just piss poor ambition from the football club. Crikey, what is this? If we're going to be selling Garner, does that mean we're going to be keeping Scott McTominay? Because Scott McTominay's absolutely fucking awful. So please do have a vote in the chat, guys. I can see a lot of you already have voted, and I can see 84% of the live chat thinks that Scott McTominay should be sold, more so than Garner. So I think that a lot of you are in agreement with me on this one. It's like, it doesn't make sense for us to just kill potential off when we've got a proven guff merchant who could part ways instead, and maybe that would allow 1 or 2 opportunities to the other young lad. So look, I'm not suggesting Garner could maybe go on and be one of the greatest players in the world or anything, but we don't actually know yet. We don't actually know. They seem to think that they know behind the scenes if they're prepared to sell him, and they're on about generating 15 or 20 million quid. Okay, well, that's about the amount of money we could probably generate for Shotty McShotbag, couldn't we? So what's the difference here? The only difference is Scotty's on probably more money than he should be, and that many teams probably won't want him. But no, I just don't see the appeal with Scott McTominay, folks. Let's have a little vote in the live chat on both these players. Firstly, we'll start with Scott McTominay, though. Everyone, do get your votes and your opinions in. Should we keep or should we sell Scotty McTominay? Just first of all, keep or sell? so infuriating what's happening with this football club, my friends. It really is. They just don't seem to understand, do they? Okay, Sel says Michelle Ellis. Sel says Merchant. Give him to charity, says Berber. Help the aged, my son. Kieran says Sel. Jay Linners and Mark Nurse. Billy Duncan. James T. all say Sel. Scujo says Sel. Sel now says Matt Phipps. Sel says Alex Walker and Conroy Shutter. Susan Lively Sue. Well, that's pretty definitive. I think a lot of us agree. This guy has been proven over the last few seasons to be absolutely consistently gash. Consistently gashed. He's had a few games here and there. Yeah, he scored that winner against Man City that time. He beat them 2-0, and he had a good game against Leeds last season. Big fucking whoop! You know, that's a couple of games out of a whole bunch of years. I've seen enough of Scott McTominay to know that he's absolute muck average at Manchester United. So, see you later on, son. We won't really miss you, pal. I mean, he had the potential, I suppose, at one point to maybe be what a Darren Fletcher was to us. Like a bit of a leader. Bit of a, you know, gritty Scott in the midfield, bit of a unit. But no, he's never lived up to it. Technically, he's gash. And certainly, technically, him combined with Fred is double gash. So we don't want to see either of those ever playing together again. If there was an offer from, you know, I don't know why maybe Nottingham Forest, we're talking about Spurs and Forest maybe having an interest in Garner. I don't know why Nottingham Forest wouldn't be interested in Scotty. Why are we offering James Garner around when we could be offering Shotty McShotbag around? It pisses me off, guys. It really does. I just feel like, and also, not only that, guys, not only that, you know, things are getting worse. So, you know, not only that, it's like, so we're supposed to be playing youth players, supposed to be getting opportunities to youngsters, etc. And all I can really see is that Manchester United are like just letting these good players go. Official, Ethan Laird joins QPR on a season on loan earlier on today. Should that have happened? Should that have happened? I probably think no, based on the fact we've only got Diego Dallo, who looks defensively awful, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's offensively awful. Based on the fact we've only got those two there, I suggest that it's a bit of a gash decision to let Laird go, unless we are going to go out there and sign another right back. So just don't understand really what they're trying to do at the moment. Matty Gwinnett, thanks for your super chat, pal. He says, sell McTominay over Garner, buy for CDM versus the Scousers. He puts it all on like it's 50-50 whether he beats them solo, says Matt Gwinnett. All right, okay, interesting. So now you're talking about playing Eric Bailly at CDM. You what? No, fair enough. The thing is with Eric Bailly, in my opinion with him, that he did some good mazy runs going forward in pre-season. But generally, I consider him to be a bit of a limited stopper. He's a big physical player. He's quick. He's strong. He can get up in the air. He's a good challenger. You know, all that sort of stuff. But when it comes to playing out from the back, I think we've got certainly better people for that. So, I don't know. but I feel what you're saying there. Matty Gwinnett, thank you so much for getting in here with your super chat, you legend. Let's get a Sue in the chat for him. Okay, yeah, that's what I think, Elliot Mandon. He says, Bailly can deal with Darwin Núñez. We must play him at centre-back on Monday. Good shout. Maybe what I would think about doing is playing Lisandro Martinez at the CDM and having Bailly and Varane as the two centre-backs. Big, strong, physical centre-backs there, but both quick. You know, like, I think you're probably onto something there. And we don't want to have Maguire starting in the team, I don't think. And I'd be prepared to give Lisandro Martinez an opportunity at CDM, see how it goes. I mean, he's got great distribution and he's physical and he has played there a little bit before, so it's a possibility. Also, just on other players that Manchester United are potentially allowing to go out. So this is from Rich Fay this afternoon, about an hour ago. He's tweeted out and said that United are close to agreeing a deal to send Hannibal Mejbri on loan to Birmingham. Millwall, Middlesbrough and West Brom are all looked at the deal, so you know, it looks like he's going out to Birmingham, set to sign Man United Hannibal on loan. So I think that's a piss-poor decision as well, personally. I mean, if you look at what we've got around, man, he looked pretty decent in pre-season. He's a young player. There's definitely more senior players that he probably deserves an opportunity more so than these proven guff merchants. So look, I'm not liking the information I'm seeing come out of United today, folks. Yes, we're looking to sign Rabiot. Big work. We're looking to sign Jong. If that fucking comes together, we'll get onto that in a bit. But at the moment, we're just allowing some good talented youngsters, Laird, Garner, it seems, and Hannibal to just go. And I don't know. I think some of these players could probably deserve opportunities more so than the twats that they're keeping them out the side at the moment. So I am a little bit disappointed, folks, for what's going on. Is this down to what's this? If we got some sort of understanding, we're going to be signing lots of new players. If we do sign a few players before the end of the transfer window, fine, I get it. If we're signing more senior players, the Ten Hag feels can help the starting 11 right now. If we do get Dumfries in, it makes sense. If we do get, you know, Rabiot and De Jong and maybe Gakpo or Antony or something like that, then it makes a bit of sense. But as it is, we seem to be planning for this season in an absolutely piss poor way. Oh, my goodness. Let's just jump into the live chat for a minute, folks. See what your thoughts and opinions are about this before we get on to the next topic. I am going to end that poll there because I think it's pretty definitive. We've had 252 votes on the poll. Who should United sell most? Garner receives 14% of the vote and McTominay 86% of the vote. So 86% of you think Scott McTominay should be sold ahead of Garner. And I totally agree with you, legends. Get in there. Get out, Scott McTominay, you absolute bloody melt bag. It's time for him to go. Give Garner an opportunity. What's the worst that can happen? Certainly, he couldn't be any worse than Scott McTominay, in my opinion. So we're going to end that poll there. Pretty definitive. Guys, we've got 320 legends watching and 113 likes. That's good, but it's exactly a third of the people watching. We can do better than that. Baker Brigade, assemble! Do smash the thumbs up if you just joined in the stream, folks. Give us a boost up there on the YouTube algorithm and help support the show. And also, if you're new to the channel, just subscribe and get yourself in the chat and say hello. And click the bell icon to receive notificaciones for when we go live, etc. Hey, Fat Chinese Gaming. Yeah, well, fair enough. He says, I think Scott McTominay may do well in Brighton. Send him to us. Hey, Fat Chinese Gaming, you're welcome to the guy, mate. We'll do a deal with you. We'll swap him. There's a couple of decent players we could do with. In fact, apparently we're interested in that. Caicedo, but Fat Chinese Gaming, thank you so much. McTominay do well at Brighton. Yeah, I actually think he'd probably do shit at Brighton, bud. Just to be honest, because if you look at how Potter's team plays with the passing, the possession, the technical style, I don't think Scott McTominay really fits into that. I think he fits into like being, I don't know, just some sort of like dirty Leeds player or something. But I mean, I don't know, in regards to Brighton, maybe, but I actually think he'd probably just make Brighton worse. I think Brighton are a good footballing side, good technical side. I don't think McTominay makes them any better at all, to be fair. It's a shame, but he's not very good, is he? Brighton bench warmer. There you go, Michelle Ellis. Yeah, well, if they want him as a rotationary player, that would be good. Matty Gwynett with another super chat. He's going in there raw. Let's get a love heart in there for Matt. Thank you very much for the super chat. He says, Pig, I asked some Derby County fans if they could sign Maguire. Would they? 90% of them didn't want him because Derby plays with a high line. That's bad. Oh, yeah, definitely. I think if you look at Man United when we're going to play with a high line, hopefully we're going to play with a high line under Ten Hag, and we're going to have attacking control of the game. But at the moment, that's not really happening. But for a low block team, Maguire works. For a high up team, I don't think he does work because of his lack of pace. He just gets caught on the counter and he gets done. We've seen it time and time again. He has no pace whatsoever. So I think, yeah, your friends are probably right to steer clear. I think there's lots of teams out there that would like Harry Maguire at the club, but they wouldn't like him for the money he's on, and they wouldn't like to pay the money for the guy. So I think we're stuck with Harry Maguire. I mean, Leicester probably would have him back. You know, Newcastle, possibly. I don't know. I mean, I don't think they want to upset their sort of good vibe that they've got going on, really. I mean, Maguire's a bit of a bad apple. He's got the potential to sort of, you know, he's a calamity player. He's a calamity player, my friend. So he's got the potential to cause you a lot of issues. He could also find a home somewhere else. The fact is he's not a good enough player for Man United. Right, okay, so I'm disappointed, guys, that we're letting players like Garner potentially leave on a permanent basis, Laird out on loan, Medjby out on loan, and these sorts of things. I think we could do a little bit better just to get rid of some of the senior players like Scott McTominay and maybe keep Garner. But there you go. It looks like that's what they're going to do. Let's get on to some of the other players we've mentioned about Manchester United bringing in. So we know that we're working on Rabiot. That deal is close to being concluded. Just finalisations and things like that need to be done. But it seems like the negotiations with his mum have gone well. And so we're expecting that will be done at some point soon. So Adrian Rabiot is expected to be a Manchester United player, unless we hear otherwise. But it looks like at the moment there is not going to be too many stumbling blocks to stop this deal from happening. Rabiot's keen to get in because he wants to try and push his way into that France setup for the World Cup. And Man United are desperate for midfielders because we haven't signed anybody yet there. Okay, Christian Eriksen, a bit more advanced in my opinion. But then if you look at, Rabiot, De Jong, these guys, we certainly need to get somebody in. So Rabiot comes in to replace Scott McTominay. As long as we sell Scott McTominay, that's fine. But it looks like what we're doing is selling James Garner instead. But let's get on to De Jong and Rabiot. So the De Jong situation is this. 4 hours ago, The Athletic reporting that United are still attempting to recruit Frankie De Jong and working on adding both competition for De Gea and much needed reinforcements up front. So we are still working on De Jong, folks. That's the understanding. And some reports suggest that it could be done reasonably soon because Barcelona are trying to push Frankie de Jong out, and they're trying to convince him to join Manchester United right now. That's what a lot of the reports are saying anyway. And if you look at it from an objective point of view, that seems to be the case because of how they've treated Frankie, the fact he's not starting, the fact he's playing a random role in the team, and also the fact that they've suggested he plays for less money, the fact that they've suggested his contract that he was on right now is unlawful, the fact that they haven't settled up the money that they owe him, which he was good enough from the kindness of his heart to defer during that whole pandemic situation. They still haven't settled him up with that yet. They're going out there signing lots and lots of players, etc. So we know Frankie's position must be pretty disgraceful. He must feel not wanted by Barcelona, and he just wants to get paid and get his money, and then hopefully he'll be a United player. There still is some reports that Chelsea is still interested in Frankie de Jong, but realistically, Man United is probably the most likely place for him to go, just because we've been working on this all summer. We're still in for him. We've had an agreement in place for a long time, and Ten Hag won't just be working on pure blind faith here, I'm sure. He would have got on the old blower to Frankie. They'd have had a conversation in those Dutch vibes, and I'm sure we'd have had some sort of assurances that, yeah, if Barcelona decide to treat me like an absolute bag of shite, I'm going to come and join you over in Manchester, my son. So I'm feeling reasonably optimistic, the fact that we could still sign him, but look, there's no more progress as of right now, although in a few days' time or even the next day, the next 4 years, I mean, it can change in a blink of an eye with this Frankie de Jong situation, because look, if Barca just decide to settle up or United just decide to sweeten the deal with a few extra mil, it can get pushed over. So hopefully it could be done, but then again, who knows what Frankie's true desire is? Is his desire just to camp it out in Barcelona and just wait for his money, and just, he's going to get that money regardless? And does he truly want to ride out this wave of negative sort of pressure that's been put on him by Barca to go? Does he want to ride this wave out and just stay there? We've heard Xavi's quotes on the matter recently. Xavi says that he doesn't really want him to go, but if he does go, it's down to the economics, and if he stays, then he'll be a key player. So there you go. I mean, there's still a chance that he stays at Barcelona, and there is still a chance that he goes to United. That's really where it is. I mean, it's not a definitive deal. It's not definitely going to happen. It's still completely up in the air. It may happen in the future. It may happen this window. It may happen tomorrow. But it's completely up in the air, this Frankie de Jong deal, still, down to the fact that they owe him cash. The fact that United don't seem to want to pay the extra little bit of cash. There may be other teams sniffing around as well. So this deal is completely up in the air still. It's disgusting to say, but there are various reports that say, oh, we could get Frankie de Jong in before the Liverpool game. I've seen that report today. I mean, I'm not so sure, guys, about that, but if it happens, it's been a long time coming. It should happen at any moment now. It's just that the any moment now could be now, or it could be in a long time away. So, it's one of those, guys. We're just stuck in this horrible Frankie de Jong situation of in limbo. We're basically in limbo with Frankie right now, and it's horrible. Hey, we've got a super chat here. Thank you so much from Zayn Miyassi. What is going on, Zayn Miyassi? He says, Piggy, I've arranged a massive party for next Monday to watch your watch-along and meltdown. Cigars, champagne, all being ordered. Say Miyassi, talking out of Miyassi once again there. You fucking what? Don't be having a watch party of my stream, pal. I don't appreciate that. Well, hopefully it'll be one of those where we just get the upset, bud, and you're left there having to, I don't know, call in those trans strippers or whatever that you keep banging on about all the time. You know what I mean? Mark Harris, thank you so much for that, for the $2 super chat as well, my man. Get in there. He says, cheeky donation, another 600 millimeters of anodine for Liverpool, Gov. Thank you so much, bud. Yes, indeed. It's going to be a headache, I think. I don't know. I mean, I'm not feeling convinced about that Liverpool game, guys. Let's just ask the chat, what do you think's the result's going to be in that one, the Liverpool United game? I mean, I do think we'll lose. Just get a W, a D, or an L in there. I don't want to be too, pessimistic and negative, but the fact is we are shit at the moment. We just lost to Brighton and Brentford and got dropped up 4-0 by them. Those are not good indicators to say that we could beat the team that, is challenging for the title this season, is it? So, Mitch Clark, how you doing? De Jong didn't start for Barca, showing he's not part of their plans. Absolutely. He's not starting for Barca. He's not part of the plans. That's it. I mean, if he stays, it will be, I guess then Xavi may bring him back into the side. But clearly what they're doing, they're trying to do the number on Frankie to get him to go away, aren't they? Matthew Milne, thank you for subscribing to the channel there, my mate. Appreciate you, dude. Nice one. Sadly, there's lots of L's getting in the live chat. Huge L, says Kingstone. We're going to lose 2-1, says Mark Nurse. 6-0 Liverpool, says David Moyes. L, says Michelle Ennis. Payne. Griffo Chaz, how you doing, you legend? He says 5-0 L. It's pretty horrible, in all fairness, guys. I mean, I can't pretend we listen, we might get some sort of an upset. You never know. If everything clicks, if these players turn up. I mean, it is a Man United-Liverpool derby, essentially. This should be full-blooded. Does form go out the window? Yeah, no. Not when you're as bad as Manchester United and we literally are 20th in the league. So I think that we might see a reaction, but even if we see a reaction from this set of gash players, it still may not be enough because Liverpool are a really good team and Klopp's a good coach, etc., etc. We don't want to, compliment them, but they're a very good team and Manchester United are far away from that right now. So you would expect them to tear us apart. You actually would, especially if Ten Hag doesn't change anything. See, he's got to have mad amount of changes for the next game. If he sticks with the same old tried and tested guff, if we see Fred in the middle, if we see maybe even him at shot bag, if we see Maguire captain in the side, I mean, that's a big one, guys. I mean, hashtag Maguire out. How is this guy seriously playing? How is he the captain of the team? I mean, we've got a little report here, actually, that suggests that United, some United players were definitely not happy with the fact that Maguire's still the captain. I could think of a couple. I mean, certainly Cristiano Ronaldo, in my opinion, must be looking at him going, you are Harry Maguire's the captain. I got a list of this, Pratt. I can only imagine that Harry Maguire's team talks are absolutely awful. I mean, I don't know that for a fact. Maybe he's riding everyone up like, some sort of awesome, inspiring team talk. But in my opinion, I feel like he's just a melter, and he's not really a true leader. So I would love to see somebody else given the armband. Will Ten Hag do it? Probably not. I don't think he's going to strip the captaincy off of Harry Maguire. He really should do, though. But the fact that he's still the captain and the fact that he gave him the armband, I think that basically tells you the story. He's in the plans. He's part of Manchester United's season. He shouldn't be. He should be offered to other clubs to be sold. But look, he's given the armband to Harry Maguire. That he is the club's captain. I don't understand it. It makes me literally feel rage, the fact that this guy is the captain of Manchester United. But maybe it means he can't play a guy if he's playing absolutely awful every single week. So maybe he'll have the armband, but he just won't play as much as he should. Hopefully he just won't play that much. And then we'll have somebody else that comes in and is the centre-back partner for Varane, say, and then we've got a decent pairing, and then Maguire just plays occasionally as a bit part role, and then he's get the captaincy taken off him at a later date, just not to cause a furore. But in my opinion, Ten Hag needs to be bold, and he needs to fucking lay the smack down on this Harry Maguire captain situation. So anyway, right, so just back onto De Jong, folks. Okay, let's ask the live chat, guys. Does Frankie De Jong stay or go at Barcelona? And let's ask the live chat. We keep asking this every couple of days, because I just want to see your thoughts and opinions, really. Like, as it goes on, do you think that it's getting closer, more likely that he is going to be a United player? Or do you think he's just going to stick to his guns and stay at Barcelona and ride out this negative wave? Susan says go, and Jams Gray. Rico says stay. Ice Cream Assassin says stay. Stay, says Chris Barker. Depentos News says Mark Harris. Do you mean Luke Shaw or De Jong? Frankie Coast says knee palm. Going to Chelsea, says Sir David Moyes. Stay, says Caleb. Stay, says Alex Walker. Stay, says Alex Core. Go, says Trash Magic. Stay, says Jim Wilson. Right, it's very mixed in the chat again. So that's what I'm saying. I think that's fair to say. That is the situation right now. It's completely up in the air. We don't know whether De Jong's going to actually decide to leave that freaking camp poo. Because let's face it, they treat him like shit over there, guys. Oh my goodness me, if I was a Barca player, I'd be disgusted. I'd want to punch Xavi in the face and then fucking leave. And spit on Joan Laporta as I'm fucking driving out the gate. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're treating these people like scum. These guys have been good enough to play for less money, and now they're trying to weasel their way out of these contracts that they earn and stuff. I mean, Barcelona are one of the worst moral teams in the land. Joan Laporta's actually been speaking, this guy, and he's indicated there could still be more further additions to Xavi's side. They've already signed Robert Lewandowski, Andreas Christensen, Frank Kessie, Rafinha, and Jules Koundé this summer. However, 4 of the 5 additions were registered on Friday in time for Saturday's opening league game, and they sold off 24.5% of their Barca Studios rubbish in order to make it happen. So just whoring themselves out, remortgaging themselves, selling bits of them off, like a vulture picking away at a carcass here. And but they're still apparently unable to complete the registration of Koundé. Despite their current wage bill preventing players from being registered, Laporta has refused to rule out new signings coming in. He says there's still time for some incorporations into the team. So these guys are being proper shithouses about it. Bernardo Silva has been linked with them as well. So who knows? Maybe that's it. They're just going to sign more players and just totally undermine the players that they owe money to still. It should be illegal what they're doing, really. Withholding wages from players that are currently there in order to restructure things and buy players for players that are not there. So it's really weird, isn't it, guys, what they're doing anyway. But there you go, Barcelona, absolutely disgusting. So Frankie de Jong still being worked on. It's possible that can happen soon. Thank you, Trash Magic, for subscribing to the channel, mate. Nice one. If you're new, do what Trash Magic's just done and hit the subscribe button there, my friend. You know it makes sense. And also drop a like on it, guys. We've got 400 legends watching. We're nearly at 200 likes. Smash that like button. Let's get that ratio up, my friends. Let's have a like spike and drop the like and the subscribe and get your thoughts in. It's a calculated risk, Pig, but it needs to pay off as Compost Smurf. They're still doing better than Manchester United, says Spears. Frankie isn't that good from what everyone says. He's a good player, but he isn't world class. If he was, Barca wouldn't be selling him and buying other players. I'm not so sure, because you look at the amount of money that they pay Frankie de Jong. His contract is actually astronomical. So some reports say with bonuses and add-ons and things like this, he can receive anywhere up to 550,000 euros a week. So you think about that, that's a ridiculous drain on the resources. But other reports say 350k a week. Even so, these are huge, huge figures for a player maybe that, they don't deem as, indispensable. Obviously, he's not. So you're kind of right in a way. I mean, Barca don't want him. They're prepared. They don't want to pay through the nose for Frankie de Jong. That's the reality. They feel like they've not got good value from the Frankie de Jong deal. So you are right in a way, but look, we've seen enough from Frankie de Jong. He runs the show for the Netherlands. He has been consistent for Barcelona since signing for them. He might have had a dodgy season or two, but in terms of statistically, but actually he's solid. He's always been solid. He's always been playing. I'm not so sure that he's been, he's not shown that he's world class. We've been playing in a world class side. Barcelona really struggled last season generally as a team, has to be said. So, that doesn't help. But look, maybe he's probably the best caliber player we can sign right now, though. Isn't he? Unless we can uncover some sort of gem, he's probably the best caliber player we can sign. He's a proper Champions League standard player. He runs the show for the Netherlands. He is a quality player. Ten Hag knows him and developed him. He had a great time at Ajax, good time at Barca. And I think it's fair to say that he improves us. So is he super duper world class? Well, I guess the fact that Barcelona don't want to do everything they can to keep hold of him suggests that he's not then. So maybe you do bring up a good point, but also I think that he's probably the best player United can sign right now. Who else is better in that midfield that we could sign? Some may say, Ruben Neves, proven Premier League experience, but he's not really further along than de Jong. De Jong plays regularly for the Netherlands and runs the show, whereas Ruben Neves is a bit part player for Portugal. And, so I just feel like de Jong is a good standard player that we could sign right now. You rate de Jong, don't rate McFred, so it's an improvement. Oh, definitely Gabe Moore. So technically, also that's a factor as well. If you're looking about sort of what Man United are required or requirements are technically for Ten Hag this season, he's got his own set of rules. He's got his own plan for players that he wants to play a certain way, and obviously he wants certain characteristics in those players. De Jong is not a physical player. De Jong's not a goal scorer. Somebody's going to bang you 15 goals from midfield a season. He's not that type of guy. But what he is somebody who's technically very good on the ball. He's somebody that is literally going to get your play in. He's somebody that's going to be able to control the midfield with his play and his passing, a la Michael Carrick, a la Paul Scholes, or somebody of that mould. So that's sort of what he's trying to bring in. He's trying to bring in somebody that is very technically good on the ball. And we're desperate for it, because look at the likes of Fred and McTominay and these guys who can't keep hold of the ball. So we definitely need somebody like that. And I think de Jong's probably about the best one we could go and get in that area for us right now. Yeah, there you go, Martinez says Ruben Neves has played 40 minutes spread over 6 games for Portugal in total time played on the field. Well, there you go. He's not the same level of stalwart for the nation. That's the problem. And obviously, if you look at de Jong, he is for his country. Hey, Big Bear, how's it going, you absolute bloody legend? I hope you're good today, mate. Ruben Neves and de Jong. Oh, if we could get both of them, Compost Smurf, that would be amazing. Hey, Devil's Reject, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker there, Devil's Reject. Let's get a sue in the live chat there for Devil's Reject. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing good today, pal. So, okay. So, still we are attempting to sign Frankie de Jong. Now on Rabiot, so Ten Hag hopes to close a deal for Juventus' Rabiot this week as well. He's keen to get him in, reports Jamie Jackson, and it seems like that is progressing nicely. So I think there's meant to be meetings scheduled today just to finalise things and discuss some further contract negotiations, etc. with Veronique Rabiot, his mother and agent. So we should hear some more about Rabiot very soon in regards to when that could go through, in regards to agreements, medicals. Lots of different outlets like the MEN reporting that personal terms have already been agreed anyway. So, but certainly we'll hear more about medicals and signing dates and when he could potentially be coming into play. I doubt he'll be on the starting 11 for the game against Liverpool, but he may well come in around then, who knows. Or it could take a bit longer. You know what United are like. We've got a couple more super chats here. Mark Harris, thank you for getting in here, buddy. Says, has Ten Hag got a budget of 35 quid and a Rolo? Pretty much at the moment, it seems. I know. I mean, we should have super ambition to go and sign lots of players this summer based on how gash we were. The Glazers don't want to spend. I mean, let's just get a hashtag Glazers out in here again, folks. They're an absolute disgrace and a shambles, and that's the real reason of this root cause of this problem. But he doesn't seem to have much of a budget, does he? I suppose they're allocating a lot of money for De Jong because his wages are high and he's also worth, 85 million euros is the total agreement that Manchester United had in principle anyway with Barcelona. So that is quite a lot of money. That's 70 odd million quid. That's a lot of cash right there allocated for him. They spent 55 on Martinez, but they've recouped money on the likes of Telles, the likes of... who else, guys? I've forgotten now. Oh, Pereira. Yeah, Andreas Pereira. And they've only spent 55 million on Lisandro Martinez. They signed Christian Eriksen. Like, they just haven't done a lot of business. Like, they haven't spent money. You're absolutely right. If we had spent money on De Jong, okay, that's a net spend of, 130, 140, whatever you want to say. That's getting on for actually having some sort of ambition. But we haven't done it yet. So they're allocating that for De Jong, it seems. If we don't get De Jong, maybe we'll have to go and get somebody else in that sort of region as well. So that takes a big chunk of it. But really what we should be doing is going to get, the likes of Gakpo as well, or Antony. So there is still discussions on Antony, actually. We'll just talk about that for a second. So Rabiot's expected to be concluded pretty soon, guys. Not crazy about it. Let's just have a vote quickly on Rabiot. Do you think Rabiot's a good signing for Manchester United? Yes or no? I actually do think yes, just because I think he's a good technical player who's better than the guff that we've got at the moment, and he's not very expensive. And he's 27 in his prime. He has been capped for France 29 times. Can he be all that bad? I think he's a good sign. I don't think he's a great sign. I think he's a boring signing. That's what I think he is. Yeah, meh, says Sir David Moyes. Lots of no's coming in the live chat. I'd say, yes, he is a good signing, but he's not an amazing signing, and he's not somebody that's going to change Manchester United fortunes, I don't think. Look, hopefully I'm proven wrong there. Hopefully I'm proven wrong there because he does have qualities that I think that are better than some of the players we've got, i.e. the passing ability, quality on the ball. So we'll see. He might actually just come in and completely improve Manchester United midfield, in all fairness. Mike says, yes, 15 million's a cheap deal. Mayor sums it up, says steak bait. Yeah, it's so true. Adrian Rabiot, I would rather play Fred, says Fat Chinese Caveman. Okay, fair enough. Well, that's an interesting comment. I mean, Fred to me is decent. Again, he's decent. I prefer him to Scott McTominay, but I still think Fred is lacking in the technical abilities in a lot of the departments that we require him to have abilities in, i.e. his vision, his passing ability, his ball retention, his coolness, composure. He's a bit erratic, his Fred, sometimes. When you get him in a closed quarters position, and he's being closed down and he's just won the ball back or something, he often does not the right thing. So he often gives it away or hoofs it somewhere, and it goes, he's not the most technically gifted when it comes to playing out from the back or anything. So, but I do, Fred's decent, man. Fred's decent. I like him. All right, okay, folks. So yeah, we're pushing for Rabiot. Now let's just talk about this. So Antony is still linked to Manchester United. Still, we know that the price tag for Antony is around about 80 million euros. It's too much money, but perhaps there could be a negotiation there. Perhaps there also could be a player included going in the opposite direction. Just palm off one of these shite merchants who play for Manchester United. Just palm somebody off on them. There's lots of players we could get rid of and maybe help out Ajax as well. Pedram Ascari, thanks for the super chat. He says, I wouldn't be surprised if we get relegated. Oh, man. Are Man United in a relegation battle this season? I'm not so sure. I think there's still plenty of the season left. Obviously, already 2 games in. But look, I mean, it wouldn't... It's almost what we deserve because of the owners being so shy. Oh shit, I almost missed your super chat there. Game Pass Reviews. Game Pass Reviews. Thank you so much, bro. He says, Amigo, I watch La Liga a lot and quite frankly, De Jong is an improvement on McFred. But his physicality is meh. For 60 to 70 million pounds, it's too much. Hey, thank you so much there, Game Pass Reviews, man. Let's get a sue in there for him. Sorry I missed your comment until now. So, yeah, Game Pass Reviews, but I mean... he's definitely an improvement on what we've got. Absolutely. I mean, and you're right. And like I said earlier, he's just not a physical player. But you don't necessarily have to be the most physical player if you're technically super gifted. I mean, I can give you 20 examples of players who are physical meltbags, but are absolutely brilliant players because they're technically gifted, whether it's a Juan Mata or David Silva or a Paul Scholes or a whatever. You know, there's so many different players who are not overly, you know, they're not the fastest, they're not the strongest, they're not the tallest, but they're technically brilliant with passing the ball around. Xavi's another one, you know. So there's lots of different examples of players who can do the business and they don't have to be that physical. They're not like tenacious tacklers, etc., but they can still do the business. But anyway, so good comment though. I feel you. I mean, he's not the most physical, but he is going to be somebody that's going to improve things massively for controlling United's midfield compared to the erratic nature of Fred and McTominay. Right, so Antony quotes here. He says, will Ten Hag call me? No idea. He has to discuss this with my agents. I'm focused on here. What will come will come. We will see. This is from him, I believe, yesterday. And he says, I feel good at Ajax. I give everything to this club every minute. So I'm loving this city and this club. So fresh quotes here from Antony. And it's quite interesting because, well, clearly he said, will Ten Hag call me? No idea. He has to discuss it with my agent. So look, there's still obviously an understanding that that he's obviously on the list for Manchester United. We might go in and have discussions towards the end of the window. We should do now. If you look at the problems we've got facing us over the course of the season, Antony would be a good signing. He really would, because he's somebody that can score a lot of goals, somebody that's tricky, somebody that's a quality player that Ten Hag knows well, is young, Brazilian, capped, only getting better. There's not really that many drawbacks apart from the price tag. He is too much money. They are asking a bit too much, but we can negotiate. We can get a deal done. United could pay 70 million euros for this guy, surely. Surely we could do something like that and get this guy in if we actually wanted to spend. We will go for Antony and end up with a Pong the horse, says Berber. Oh, man. Could you imagine? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, actually, if we did end up just going for a budget cheap option. So Antony's 70, 80 mil. Gakpo also looks great. He did get Dutch Player of the Year last season. He's like 30, 40 mil, somewhere like that. So a lot less. Perhaps we'll budget and cheap out, but they'll still sign somebody to appease the fans. There you go, Rico. The interviewer asked him, we are scared. Ten Hag will call you, hence the comment. This journalist was being annoying with leading questions. Well, he did well. He did well in order to get the response out of him. To be fair, you look at what Antony said, though. He just said, I'm focused on here. What will come will come. We will see. I feel good at Ajax. I give everything for this club. So he's just keeping his head down, staying professional. It's definitely not a come and get me plea or anything, but also not entirely ruling it out, clearly. I think he's not ruling it out by saying no idea. He has to discuss this with my agents, you know, so he's definitely not ruling out. And I think in his heart of hearts, he probably would love to move to Manchester United in a big money move and play again for Ten Hag for Manchester United in the Premier League. Although we've had a very bad start to the season and prospective players coming in, you know, maybe it will put off a few different players. You know, Louis van Gaal, when he said to Jurriën Timber, you know, don't play for United because you're not going to get in the World Cup team, essentially, because you might not play regularly and they're shite. Well, the same could apply for a couple of these other players as well, really, because let's face it, if United struggle this season and they're not doing well, it's only a short time to the World Cup, but if you have a really bad few months, maybe that does put you out of contention a little bit. If you're not able to shine in your role, and there's other players doing business, you know, for their clubs in your nation, that's only going to increase the likeliness that they're going to get in ahead of you. So it does actually put people off, I think, coming to United right now. Just the start we've had to the season. Of course it does. We're bottom of the table. Ray Carl Brown Amory, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for the £10 super chat, bro. He comments and he says, I'm confident we won't get relegated. United will win games, just won't get Champions League football, says Rijkaard. Right? Oh, yeah, I agree, man. I don't think we're going to get relegated at all. I actually think we'll finish. So I still think we'll finish top 6, guys. Top 6. Now, that is absolutely optimistic, isn't it? Come on, we're 2 games down, for fuck's sake. If we lose to Liverpool, that could be 3 games down with 0 points, bottom of the table. But come on. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a stumble, gash-tastic, ridiculously awful start. But a few wins on the bounce, and it gets you right back in there. So I'm going to say 6th. What do you guys think? Let's have a vote in the live chat there. I feel like 6th is optimistic at the moment. But let's go for it. 5th or 6th as Batman. I think 8th as Palmarius. Jim Watkins says, I heard something about United might terminate Ronaldo's contract. Oh, yeah, that's elaborate on that. Yeah, that's fake news, Jim Watkins, bud. That's just fake news, that one, pal. United have reiterated that Ronaldo is, not for sale. In fact, just to let you know, I mean, we've got some information here. Fabrizio Romano, this is from Caught Offside earlier on. Via Caught Offside, Fab retweeted it. Cristiano Ronaldo remains part of the MUSC project, and there is no intention of parting ways with him. This is the thinking within the club and with Erik ten Hag. Now, I suppose that could change, obviously, if there is a club that comes in for him and there's a good offer on the table, but right now there isn't. And also, look at this. There are some varying takes. This is from Laurie Whitwell, who reports that Ten Hag is open to selling Cristiano Ronaldo if Man United sign a new striker, right? So, I personally agree more so with this one, that we're desperate to keep hold of him and we're not going to sell him unless there's a good transfer offer that comes in. We're not just going to terminate his contract. People keep going on about Ronaldo having a bad attitude at United. Ronaldo doesn't have a bad attitude at United. Ronaldo's the best player we've got. Ronaldo has the best attitude at United. He's actually allowed to be frustrated with the shit show that is Manchester United right now, because I am. And if you're not, are you a true fan? And if the players are not, are you a true fucking committed Man United player? You should be pissed off. You should be angry. You should be disgusted that we've got Europa League football this season, that we lost the first 2 games. That's how it should be. So if Ronaldo's being a little bit, moody, I understand. It's because the team's shite and he wants what's best for the team, and he wants for him to do well individually, of course. The only way that's going to happen is if the team are playing well. So, but he is professional. He does have the ability to still score 20 plus goals a season for Manchester United in the Premier League if we give him the service and if we're not a completely shite team. So Ronaldo is not the problem here at all. People blaming Ronaldo. Ronaldo's not the problem at all. He remains part of our plans. If there's an offer that comes in and that changes, okay, we'll have to go for somebody else. I mean, who else are we going to go for, folks? That's it. Who else are we going to go for? I mean, there's talks of Jamie Vardy. There's talks of Jamie Vardy here. I suppose Jamie Vardy would make a little bit of sense if Ronaldo does go, because at least for one season, you might get somebody who's got that Premier League proven experience, score you a bunch of goals. But look at this. This is a report from The Athletic 4 hours ago that says Man United continue to scour the market. Alvaro Morata has been presented as an option. Piss off, Alvaro Morata. Don't want him. They're also considering a move for Jamie Vardy, but Leicester are reluctant to let him go. United are also still attempting to recruit De Jong in competition for De Gea. So Jamie Vardy's a decent option in all fairness. That's it. If Ronaldo goes, I can understand wanting to go get Jamie Vardy because he will get you goals, and like I think he's got 1 year left on his contract at Leicester. They're going to lose him for nothing. He's already 35, isn't he? Or 34, 35. He's fucking old. He's getting on a bit, but he's still quality. He's still a good player. He's still a goal scorer proven in the Premier League. We could do a lot worse than Jamie Vardy, but you know what? We could also do a lot better than Jamie Vardy. What's better than Jamie Vardy? Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the greatest players in the world. So, yeah, okay, if a magical bid from Sporting for £30 million comes in and we go, okay, I suppose it makes sense, let's get rid of this one-away player, then we accept it, we go and get Vardy. We're not any better off, guys. We're not any better off. It's a bad decision if that happens. We're not any better off. Ronaldo's the fucking GOAT, guys. So, but I guess if Ronaldo goes and he really doesn't want to be here and an offer does come in and we have to replace him, Vardy's a decent option. He's a good option. Let's ask the chat, guys. Vardy, yes or no? Yes or no to Jamie Vardy? What do you think? Jim Watkins says, totally agree, Pig. Ronaldo's way better than Vardy. Absolutely. Vardy's a great player, though. Don't get me wrong. Funk no says, Compost Smurf. No says, Michelis. No way says, days gone. Vardy's done. Go for someone younger. Exactly, Ghost. No says, William Kelly. No says, J. King. Big no. Too old. Exactly. He's a good option for a season just to replace an old player, but he's not going to get you as many goals as Cristiano Ronaldo, more than likely. But, as we've said, Ronaldo looking likely that he's going to stay. I think he'll stay. Who really knows? There could be a good offer that comes in, but United certainly don't need to terminate any contracts. So, Jim, you asked me that question. Is there any truth to that? And no, there isn't any truth to that. Man, why would Manchester United, in all that is holy in their thinking, think that it would be a good idea to terminate Ronaldo's contract? They could just keep him, play him in the fucking reserves and sell millions of pounds worth of Ronaldo merch every single season if they really want. That's not what they're going to do. I mean, he has paid a lot of money, but we want to get the results on the pitch. But certainly, he's an asset. He's a commercial asset. And you don't just let a commercial asset go for nothing. The only way we would terminate his contract, I suppose, would be as if he bought his contract out. Is if he came up with some sort of a compensation package where he's prepared to pay us money to buy his contract out. That, I guess, could happen. He's not going to want to do that, folks, I don't think. So, yeah, he's our player. We're not going to terminate the contract. He's too good. Why would we get rid of the best player in the world, or one of the best players in the world? He's older now. He's not, I don't know if we could call him the best player in the world anymore. But crikey, playing for a top team, like one of the top teams who are actually able to get in the service, maybe he is still the best player in the world. But certainly one of the best players ever. Why are we doing him dirty? Thank you, Sam and Subways, for subscribing to the channel there, my friend. People are doing Ronaldo dirty, I feel, at the moment. Yeah, he has been a bit petulant. Yeah, he has thrown his toys out the pram. Yeah, he has wanted to leave. I'd want to leave too if I was Cristiano Ronaldo playing in the Europa League with Slabby Maguire as my fucking captain and Shotty McShockbag and Fred behind me. It's a shit team. He must feel disgusted having to play with these guys. Crikey, he gave us a month in the transfer window to find out whether or not we were going to sign any players and have any ambition before he announced he wanted to go. He didn't even announce it, but obviously through those mediums of his agent, etc., and talking to other football clubs we know, crikey, he was prepared to give us a chance, I think, to have ambition. Unfortunately, the Glazers are the big reason why Ronaldo's unhappy. The Glazers are the reason why we're in the Europa League. The Glazers are the reason why we've had a shit transfer window, this transfer window, and haven't been able to show any sort of ambition or improve the side. If anything, we're just worse. 6 players go out, only a few come in. We're worse. So I don't see why we should be annoyed with Cristiano Ronaldo. I totally understand it. I get it. I get it from him. But look, he's here, he's playing, he's being professional. He'll continue to be professional. He'll continue to be frustrated on the pitch when Man United can't get the ball to him. We're playing like shite, losing 4-0 to Brentford. Look at his reactions on the pitch. He's frustrated, he's angry on the pitch. He looks petulant. Good. I want my players to be like that. I want them to be revved up. I want them to care. I don't want them to just put their head down and go, oh no, it's another shit game. Oh, let's send David De Gea out for the interview. You know, fuck that. I want a bit of fucking reaction from these guys. And Ronaldo gives us that. So I'm not going to criticise Ronaldo. He's our best player. We're lucky to have him. If only we could get him the service. If only we were a decent side. If only we had a team matching Ronaldo with his professionalism, his commitment, his determination, his bollocks. If only we had the team to match him, then we really would be something. Exactly, this team shite, says J. King. Yeah, that's it. Burbs has put the Glazers on a rocket and aim for the sun. Another reason why Elon Musk needs to buy the football club, mate. You know what I mean? Pedro Mascari, thanks for the super chat, mate. He says Maguire must be downgraded to lieutenant. Lieutenant, fucking private pile from that fucking movie Full Metal Jacket is basically what I think of Harry Maguire. In fact, that's it. If I was fucking Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo, I'd wait until the middle of the night, creep into his fucking room and pin him down with towels and beat him with fucking soaps and flannels, guys. Just like that scene in Full Metal Jacket where they fucking go and rough him up, mate. Because he's absolutely shite. That's what they should be doing, man. Fucking hell. You are a disgusting slab body, Private Maguire. You know? That's it, guys. Oh, what an image that is. What an image that is. All the Man United squad break into Slabby's room when he's getting a massage or something by the physio. Physio goes, shh, lets them in through the door. They all come down, hold his towel down on the bottom of the table so he can't move. And they just beat him with soaps. You shit, Slabby. You know, what a vision. What an image. Oh. Burbus' Private Pie was better at centre-back. Oh, my goodness me. Stupid boy, says Mark Harris. Crazy piece of J. Don't tell him, Pike, says Stefan. That's it. Could you just imagine that, though? That's what I want to happen. If Keno was here, that probably would still happen. But no, he has let us down anyway. I don't know what it's all about, why he's still here, Pedro Mascari. It doesn't make any sense. It's a very bizarre situation. He must be downgraded. Most definitely. Guys, do us a favour, hit that like button. We're getting on towards the Q&A at the end of the stream. We've got a couple more things just to discuss. We're almost at 250 likes. So 8 likes away from 250. If you're just getting in, please do drop a like on the video. That helps us out loads to compete with clickbait wankers and corporation channels. So if you enjoy this show, make sure you smash a like. It's free. And hit the subscribe button too. If it's your first time on the channel, smash the subscribe. I don't know if you guys have seen speaking of Billy Big Bollocks, but we've just hit 63,000 subscribers, my friends. Come on. Get in there, you bloody legends. Thank you to all the new subscribers, all the old subscribers and legends of the channel for supporting this show and helping this channel grow and getting us to 63,000 subscribers, guys. It's actually amazing. So thank you, each and every one of you who subscribed, honestly. Smash it, says fire up. Smash the like, says J King. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dan McGill. Thank you, Michelle Ellis. Thank you, P. Murr. J King, the Hoff, Susan, Marky Harris. Thank you, guys. Yep, 63k. Absolutely sensational scenes. All right, so thank you, each and every one of you guys who subscribed. Please do subscribe if you're new. It's a great community around here. Get yourself involved. Right, couple of little other things to get into. Oh, wait a sec. Matty Rushmano has sent me some live updates. Let's see what's coming through during the show. Yeah, Ten Hag apparently is very concerned with the negative spirit affecting the dressing room at the moment. Crikey, I can imagine it's horrible, isn't it? It must be what a bleak place to play your football. United with huge expectations, a massive club, but they're performing like relegation candidates. The last season they had was pitiful, so they're very low. He's got to get them back on track, and he's got to drop these melters who are not feeling it, who are not right mentally to play for us right now. Drop Rashford, drop Bruno, drop, McTominay, Fred, drop Shaw's crap, drop Maguire. Just needs to drop all those guys, really. Okay, also Ronaldo has apparently trained well. This is from Rob Dawson. Ronaldo has trained well since returning to the squad, but has not hidden his keenness for a move during his interactions around Carrington. That's what Rob Dawson from ESPN reports anyway. And he reports there's an increasing feeling from some within United that United should be open to letting Ronaldo move, even if it means leaving the squad short of strikers. That sounds awfully bollocks to me. I'm just going to say, like, why would we be open to letting Ronaldo leave, even if it leaves us short of strikers? That's fucking mental. Sorry to say. Ten Hag is particularly concerned about any negative factors, though. That sounds legit to me. He also remains keen to bolster his forward line. That seems legit to me, even if Ronaldo stays, by signing a backup striker and a versatile forward. This is via Rob Dawson again, so that sounds like it's legit to me. Like, we absolutely do need to bring in some more players. Also, reports here that Cody Gakpo and Alvaro Morata are two names in the frame, but there remains a reluctance to commit too much money on their deals while United are still in the hunt for Frankie de Jong and having to spend our money on him. Also, German media reporting that Sasa Kaladzic, that guy, who has been linked to Man United, getting frustrated with constant speculation about his future. Stuttgart prepared to wait it out, though. Talks are progressing with Adrian Rabiot's representatives. This has come out this afternoon from Rob Dawson from ESPN as well. Man United sources, talks are progressing well with Adrian Rabiot's representatives. Also, another report here that suggests that Rabiot has already said goodbye and thank you to Juventus. And so that's quite interesting, yeah. And Rabiot looks to be a United player very, very soon indeed. Rabiot appears to confirm his move to Manchester United. Here we go. Hang on a sec. There's a video. Interesting. So somebody just happened to just catch Rabiot and put a video there. Shout out to Crazy Couples Down A on. And there's a video of Rabiot. Seemingly seems to confirm his move. I don't know actually what they're saying, but there you go. Put reported as that. So interesting. Rabiot movement is happening, guys. Oh, it's not. Who cares? Who cares? Rabiot, though, talks progressing with Adrian Rabiot's representatives. Decent, guys. Okay. Also, a couple of things I want to mention just before we get into the live chat for the Q&A, folks. Give me 2 minutes. Oh, thank you, Mark Harris, for the super chat. He says Ten Hag's not picking a team. It comes from above, says Mark Harris. Bit of a bold statement. I mean, it looks like it based on what the previous manager did, Ralph Rangnick, and then Ollie. Like, it seems there's a bit of a constant here. Maguire's still captain. McTominay and Fred are getting in there and stuff. So, I mean, who knows? But chances are that's not the case. I mean, Ten Hag's probably just playing the players he's got and had some sort of blind feeling that maybe he could actually get the best out of these players. They did have an okay preseason, I suppose. Maybe he thought he could revitalise the likes of McTominay and Fred and Maguire and these guys. I think clearly now he's realised he's wrong. Kings, thank you for being a member of this channel for 9 months, bud. You're a legend, man. He says, congrats on 63k, Pig. 69 soon. 69, dude. Thank you so much for that one there, you absolute legend. Let's get a hashtag 9 months in there for RQ Ings, who's been a member of this channel for 9 months and a long-time viewer. Thanks so much for supporting the show, you absolute ruddy legend. Appreciate you a lot, dude. Thank you so much. Okay, also, we got a report from Fab a few hours ago that says Manchester United or Diogo Dalot camp have not been approached by Barcelona. He's appreciated internally, but there are no negotiations ongoing. So there were some rumours that, some rumours that Dalot was a target for Barcelona. He's appreciated internally, but there are no negotiations ongoing as of now. Dalot's highly rated by Ten Hag, while Aaron Wan-Bissaka has always been considered available on the market. So, interesting. So, perhaps if a good offer came in for one of our right-backs, we'd be prepared to sell them. Ethan Laird's just gone out on loan as well. He's joined QPR. So, who knows? We could be doing some business for the right back. I would be quite happy to sell either of Dalot or Wan-Bissaka. I actually think Wan-Bissaka's a great defender, but he's just crap going forward. I actually think Dalot's good going forward, but he's a crap defender. So I'd be happy to see either of them go, as long as we were to sign a new player. Okay, so Dalot there. Let me just double check. There's a couple of other things I was going to mention. So Manchester United also have made an inquiry reported in various places anyway in France, that Man United have made an inquiry tomorrow on Icardi's entourage. So, apparently we're interested in Icardi. That's just a speculative link at the moment, so we're not going to dwell on that too much, but it's out there. Also, United are focusing on other players, not just Rabiot, says Fabrizio Romano, so still working on Jong, and we want to bring one or two others in. Fabrizio said that United will have new signings before the end of the transfer window. Also, Jay Burt from The Telegraph reporting that agents are trying to interest Man United in the Stuttgart striker Sasa Kaladzic. So we're still linked with Sasa Kaladzic as well. Maybe as a backup, maybe as an option for Cristiano Ronaldo. Certainly not as a replacement. We're linked with Antony as well. He could also come in and help bolster options up the top of the pitch. We're still linked with him. Hopefully that happens. And also Jamie Vardy is linked with us as well, guys. So that's basically the news, guys. I'll just give you a quick rundown of what we've discussed. Then we're going to get into the Q&A. So right at the start of the show, we discussed the fact that James Garner is apparently allowed to leave the club on a permanent basis. Man United looking to sell him and get 15 to 20 million for him. Forest and Spurs apparently interested. My thoughts on this is it's an absolute gash mess. We should absolutely be trying to keep hold of Garner and sell Scott McTominay, if anything. Laird's joined QPR. We are still attempting to recruit Frankie de Jong. We're pushing for Rabiot. There's positive stuff that's come out today in regards to Adrian Rabiot's contract. So maybe new revelations coming soon that there'll be an agreement. Ronaldo also stays, reports Fab via court offside. That Ronaldo remains part of the United project. But Laurie Whitwell says that Ten Hag's open to selling him if we can sign a new striker. So bit opposite there. And Vardy's apparently on the list. And Alvaro Morata. Antony's quoted as saying, will Ten Hag call me? No idea. He has to discuss this with my agents. I'm focused on here. What will come will come. We will see. And also, as I say, Dalot doesn't seem to be going anywhere at the moment. But if there's an offer in there, maybe we'd be prepared to sell. Right, that's it, guys. I'm going to get into the live chat for a few minutes. See what you legends are saying for yourselves. Do get your thoughts and opinions in now. We've got 258 likes. Thank you, everyone, for dropping that like on the video. You're a bunch of legends. Let's stick around for a few, see what's on. Hey, Savulon, what's going on? Red Devils Gaming says, why doesn't Bailly ever get a look in? Solid centre-back who's miles better than the crop of shit. I don't know, Red Devils Gaming. I guess because he's injured a lot. Maybe you can't rely on him because he does pick up a lot of injuries. United can Barcelona have Diallo for price interest? I mean, we paid 40 mil for that guy, We'll keep him McBollocks and selling Garner, who has potential to be 100% better. I know, Jonathan Pearl. I agree. I don't really get that either. Why would we keep McTominay and sell Garner? Garner's young with potential. McTominay's proven shite and he's older. Get rid of McTominay. I couldn't agree more. Batman says Ronaldo doesn't have legs to run on the wing. He's a striker. Oh, definitely, yeah, these days. Vardy on our list. Not surprised as J. King. Would you sell Rashford and get Antony in? Don't know, Alex Walker. I still think give Rashford a couple of months, and if he's shite, then sell him in January. But I just hope that we can fix him. I feel like we can fix him, but at the moment it doesn't look too good, does it? Thank you, Exhibit, for subscribing to the channel, my friend. Exhibit getting in here raw. It don't make sense. Either you a soldier from the start or an actor with a record deal trying to play the part like that. It's a shame. You only in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Harry Maguire. You know what I mean, guys? Bit of Exhibit for you there. It's sort of appropriate, that song, for our current situation with these gash actors. They're actors. They're not footballers. They're fucking actors, guys. Pretending to be Manchester United footballers. Fucking bunch of twats, a lot of them. Anyway, you would take any midfielder than Fred, says Abyar for Kalita. Great shout. Pig, you can imagine Rebecca Vardy leaking the team sheets if we say, yeah, that's a good shout, Benny. We don't want Vardy. His missus is a grass. Don't think Man United will even sign players this transfer window, says Diamond Carpenter. Maybe, well, 1 or 2 coming, I think, but I don't think we're going to do anything amazing. Thank you, Dabo. We are a circus, says David Srinivasan. It's gon' give it to you. We gon' give it to you. But Ronaldo's a left winger and wide midfielder before, says Exhibit. He was before, yeah, but look, Mourinho moved him to being a forward player at Real Madrid. In fact, I actually, funny enough, saw an interview with Mourinho earlier on today where it was talking about that very game, where the first game he played Ronaldo at number 9 or at striker, which was against Barcelona in the cup final, and he scored the winning header to win the cup final, and that was the first ever game that Jose had played him at sort of like the striker, you know. But yeah, you know, since then Ronaldo's a forward, and also he's just lost his legs a bit. You can't play the energy requirement role of a winger when you're 37 years of age. He can buzz around at the striker role a little bit, and his movement's still great on the last man and all that. But no, he's not a winger anymore. Jimmy Jones, thank you for your super chat. Says afternoon legend. How you doing there, Jimmy Jones? Hope you're doing great, my friend. How are you? Savulon says around. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Let's get a Sue in there. I'm all good, my friend. Savulon says around 2 months ago the Blazers took out $10. You would think this is a good reason to be active and run the club. Like how much? Yeah, 10 million. Yeah, that's it, Savulon. Oh, yeah, they're a disgrace, aren't they? I know. Yeah, they're lining their pockets. They've taken hundreds of millions, if not billions out of this football club over the years. Jimmy Jones, let's get a Sue in there for this legend. Hey, Ulf793, what is going on, bro? Yeah, Burb, you damn right. He says time is favourable to Mourinho's United reign. It really is. He managed to get a few trophies, finished second. You're absolutely right. Time is favourable for Mourinho. Time's also favourable for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It really is, because look at this crap squad. He managed to actually get this squad finished in third, then second above Klopp's Liverpool. You know, and also 2 Europa League final stuff. Like, he didn't do too badly at all, did he, really? In hindsight. I know it went to shit in the last season, but in hindsight, to get this current squad of gash merchants anywhere resembling a team was quite an achievement by Ole, in all fairness. Can we trade Rashford for Neymar, says Mark Nurse? Don't want Neymar. He's a shithouse. That Brentford game could have been far worse. The steak bake, they dropped into second gear, second half. Don't blame them. Might as well rest. Was boiling. Yeah, they're a disgrace, steak bake, I know. Thank you, Space Cowboy. He says, hit the like if you're Rashford, Bruno, Maguire, McFred, Jones, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, or Glazers out. Thank you, Space Cowboy. Yeah, that was pure luck, says Mark Nurse. De Gea, sell or keep? Definitely keep for me, Matthew Smith. He's had one bad game. I know, right, says J. King. Berber says, it's crazy how we thought we were at rock bottom, but still managed to get lower. Yeah, definitely. I mean, one day, crikey, I mean, we don't think we'll ever get relegated, and I still think we'll probably finish 6th this season. But crikey, just imagine. Liverpool had injuries, though. Yeah, they had, Van Dijk out and one other midfielder out. Who was it? Henderson or someone? I can't remember now. Who cares, mate? That means they're a shit team, then. If they relying that much on one player. People say Liverpool had injuries, though. We still finished above those twats. No, I don't. That's their bad piss poor planning, isn't it? Sliding says, good evening, pig lad. Good evening there, Sliding. What's going on? Neymar's an actor. You don't want him, says Lucky Singh. Thank you, J. King. Ronaldo already gets the ball at Man United. If the coach, I will play him as a winger. Fair enough, Exhibit. Fair enough, but those days are gone, I think. He's too advanced. He's too old. Are the rumours about Raul Dutomas true, says Agrippa Chinhara? I don't know anything about that, bud. Hello, Joe. I'm good. Thank you, Playmaker. How's you? Ika Ichsani says, I don't care. De Jong, hell, I don't care about United anymore. It's just a disgrace all the way from a fan since 94. Oh, it is bad, Ika Ichsani, but stay strong, man. Things will come back to being better one day. It's just we got to get those Glazers shit-outers out of the football club, really. Mark Harris says, Glazers weren't on the pitch yesterday. The players and manager are responsible for that shit. Yeah, but the players and the players are shit, mate. So we built up this mediocre team over years because of the Glazers. Do you get that? That's why we're saying it's the Glazers' fault, because the standard at United's gone like this since they've been here, to the point now where we've got Maguire captain, McTominay, all these guys. So yes, it's a shit team and they should do better, but they're a crap Man United team. It's the worst Man United team ever. That's down to the Glazers. They've had 5 starters injured, says Pyramid Scheme. There's no midfield. Exactly, Mark Harron. No midfield. Palace v Liverpool today. Yeah, come on. Just one. Would you pig accept relegation with the Glazers gone? Definitely, Jim Watkins. I'd welcome it. Man, I'd go down to League bloody 1 if it meant getting those Glazers out. Bell says Martinez needs to play CDM and Varane has to start. I agree with you, Bell. I'm with that, actually. Glazers will be forced out. Liverpool result. Hope you're good, by the way, Bell691, you bloody legend. I think, yeah, Martinez just showed in the last game maybe he's a little bit too short for centre-back in the Premier League. We'll see, but I'd definitely be targeting him from set pieces and crosses in and that sort of stuff because he's a short guy. And when you've got big units running onto it in the Premier League, I don't know, it's tough. So I think maybe him CDM as well. You would enjoy getting Glazers out, says Lucky. Almost definitely. Glazers out. Right, we're going to end this show, guys, but we're going to end it on hashtag Glazers out. So everybody get some green and gold emojis in the live chat, please. Get your favourite green and gold emojis in there and a hashtag Glazers out and a hashtag empty Old Trafford as well. Because we want to try and make a statement in the game against Liverpool. We've got to hope that, that actually does have an effect, that basically Man United fans don't go and watch that game in the stadium. That's really what I want to see. Empty Old Trafford, I think it would send a great statement. All those fans, if they can protest outside the stadium, etc., it would be such a good media coverage. There'd be great media coverage of it. And it just puts extra pressure on. It's negative press for the Glazers. It's negative press for the sponsors and all that sort of stuff. And it's going to affect things a little bit. J83, catch you next time. Thank you so much, Jay. Everyone for being in here. Scouser on the Wirral, Batman Night Fan, Berber, Michelle Ellis, Jay King, Playmakers, SRE Deep, Dan McGill, J83, Simon Warner, Kane's Gaming Channel, Marley Malcolm. How are you doing, Marley? Thank you, Kane. You get them out. Lucky Singh, Cass Vandermeer, Billy as well. What's going on, my friend, with those green and gold emojis? Legend. Jim Watkins, Akash Kandre, Playmaker, The Vutinator, Slide In, Batman Night Fan, Chris Barker, Jonathan Pearl, Ov793, Bell691, The K Cadet, Dan McGill, Steak Bake, Jay King, Stephen Holian, Akash Kandre, Playmaker again, Lee McCann, Dizzy Red Devil, Talk MU, Mark Nurse, Dan, Chris Barker, Mark Harris, Madhouse, Marnie, Jonathan Pearl, Jim Watkins, The Hoff, Simon Warner, The Hoop Man, Vinny Bullock, George G, David Moyes, and everybody else as well. Thank you so much for watching the stream. Make sure you smash that like. We're actually only 23 likes away from 300 likes. So if you haven't hit the like, smash the like. Let's see if we can get 300, my friends. We'll be back on here later with the latest United news. And sorry there was no FIFA last night, guys. I absolutely melted, didn't I? I'm having a mare with that, folks. My body clock is actually got to normal. It's really weird. So I'm going to try and get myself back into a horrible body clock for you guys soon, though. Right. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. May Sam as well, and Dizzy, Stephen, Pyramid Scheme, Vinny, all the legends. Make sure you drop a like before you go. Make sure you hit the subscribe as well, and click the bell icon so you receive notifications when we post and go live on this channel, which is every day. We give you all the latest news. We'll probably be back on about 9 p.m. tonight with the latest Man United goings on, and also I don't know, but keep a look out. If there's any breaking news, we might be on before that, of course. Yep, if there's any breaking news, we'll be on before. So get yourself involved with the show. Come back after this video is finished as well and get your thoughts and opinions in the not live comment section about anything we've discussed. Come back and have your say. And just tell your friends about the channel if you want as well, if they're United fans or whatnot. Get yourself in there raw in the comment section, folks, afterwards. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful day. That's it from me. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com, for your latest news as well. And have a great day, guys. That's it from me. Stay classy. Come on, United. Sort your bloody lives out. Hashtag Glazers out. They're scum. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler. Oh, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. So